Hi everyone, today we're gonna talk about GetElementById. The GetElementById method returns the element that have the ID attribute with the specific value. GetElementById is one of the most common methods in the HTML DOM, and it used almost every time you want to manipulate or get info from an element on your document. An ID should be unique within a page. However, if more than one element with the specific ID exists, the GetElementById method returns the first element in the source code. Now I pass to John.
Thank you, Wekang. Now we'll be talking about basic arithmetic operations. So, in basic arithmetic operations, we have 4 basic functions, namely addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. By using GetElementById, the program is able to get the data from the user, operate on the data, and display the results to the user. We can also use GetElementById to conduct basic data validation. What this means is, when a user enters the data validation will help check the user if the user is entering the correct type of data. For example, if the data type is like a numerical value, and if the user enters an alphabet, the data validation will throw up an error because the variable type is wrong. So it also helps return the element with the same ID. Moving on, I would like to pass on to William.
Thank you, John. I'm William, and I'm going to explain how the GetElementById work. Now, after user enter the first number from here, and the name is num1, we will pass the num1 to here, the number 1, and using the number 1 to identify which if-else statement we're going to use. And here, number 1. For example, when the user is entering the integer, and the second one is not integer, it will automatically call out the byId error. This is integer, we will call if. This is not integer. When it's not integer, it will detect the error 1, and this is the error 1 beside the number 1. It will call out this invalid, and this is display total. The total is this total, and else it will come out nothing. If the user is enter the number, it will nothing here. If it's not number, nothing here, or not integer type, it will come out invalid. We will just here print out the invalid. Now for this one is for number 2. It's same concept with number 1, and the if function at here is the total of number 1 and number 2. By default, it said number 1 is 1, number 2 is 1. When we both enter the integer type, it will set the number 1 check and number 2 check become 1. And after number 1 and number 2 become 1, you will call out the getTotal function and pass the number 1 and number 2 into the variable and get the total number like this, 3. If any of them is not, either one is not integer type, it won't come out the total. It won't call out the getTotal function and calculate, and we count out the invalid. Now I'm going to pass to Tang-Soon.
So alright, thank you William and Tang-Soon. Now I'm going to talk about one of the example. So now we're calling a variable x, because the variable x is actually, and it's going to return the element by values to ID. So then the ID will then change, that whole paragraph will become red color, and like this. So let's move on to Jiahao.
Thank you, Tang-Soon. Now I want to talk about GetElementById. In this sentence, I create the ID equals to intro, and I set a sentence to hello. In here, I also create an ID equals demo, but I didn't set any sentence in the screen. I create a variable myElement equals document.GetElementById, and then we was returned local intro, and here I set a document.GetElementById demo, and I set it to display the text for the intro paragraph is. And here I add myElement.inner HTML library, straight code myElement. And here, because we set intro, so we'll straight print out the hello world. This is the output. That's all for our video. Thank you.